Welcome back to the Seeing Red MMA podcast here. I am your host, Dustin, going over this weekend's UFC card, but more importantly, going over some recent news that just broke today. Not only did we finally find out where Francis Ngannou is going to be heading, he is now signed to the PFL, going to go over the ins and outs of his actual contract and what it entails, but we also got UFC 291, Poirier versus Gaethje 2 for the vacant BMF title. Honestly, you didn't even need to put a title on that one there. I mean, you've held pay-per-views without titles. I mean, in this case, it's just unnecessary, but I'll still take it because it's Poirier versus Gaethje 2. I was there for the first fight here in Phoenix back in, I believe, like 2018 at the Jobbing.com arena, and oh my God, ever since I left that arena, I've been wanting to see the rematch ever since because these two are the BMFs of the lightweight division. I know it's kind of cringy and just drawn out to say BMF nowadays because, I mean, Dana's even said that he's never going to do another BMF title fight, but here we are. Not only do you have that in your co-main event, Jan Blachowicz is going to be taking on the debuting light heavyweight Alex Pereira, who is making his light heavyweight debut, not debuting in the UFC. Paulo Costa is taking on Alaskarov, who just got a nasty knockout win over Phil Hawes. The always dangerous and fun to watch Bobby Green is going to be taking on fan favorite Tony Ferguson. Michael Chiesa and Kevin Holland will be opening up the card. And then also on the prelims, you got Michel Pieta versus Wonderboy Thompson. So this card is absolutely loaded. I'm actually debating going to Salt Lake City. I mean, I'm out here in Phoenix, Arizona, so it's only a hop, skip, and a jump. Take a quick road trip up there to go to this card because this is one of those cards that it is worthy to go to. Yeah, I mean, ever since they announced that, or since today, basically. Sorry, I'm typing up some stuff, but yeah, I mean, this broke maybe hours ago, and I am so excited for it. I think it's probably going to be one of the best fight cards we've gotten in a while here. Now, also wanted to kind of talk about Francis Ngannou and the details of his deal, because it may not be the best for fans because PFL, let's be honest, I mean, I'm a diehard MMA fan, and I don't even watch Bellator or PFL just because, I mean, it's just hard to get all of it all at once, especially if you work a full-time job and everything like that. It's hard to get all your MMA fixins, especially with a fiance that doesn't necessarily enjoy the sport, but will watch it to make you happy sometimes, barely any of the times. Either way, Francis Ngannou signing with the PFL here. He is going to be fighting in probably mid-2024 from what they're saying because in his contract he is able to go out there and box if he wanted to. So he's probably going to get a boxing fight in before he even gets to the PFL actually, which I'm all here for. I mean, go ahead and make your money, man. I mean, the UFC didn't want to co-promote you, which I kind of agree with because, I mean, you thought you were a star. Your pay-per-view sales for Cyril Gane didn't even get close to what they were projected for. But, hey, that's not necessarily your fault. The UFC's job is to promote the fight. They shouldn't have the job of the fighter to fight and also promote, in my opinion, there. But some fighters do it anyways. That's how they create a cult following, like your Colby Covingtons, like your Conor McGregors. Less so Conor McGregor. I mean, the UFC got behind him pretty hard. But, yeah, I mean, he is a great deal. Basically, he's going to make it to where anybody he fights is going to get a flat rate. So it's a minimum amount that he's going to get. So I'm trying to find the exact so I can be factual on this. But let's see. Either way, it's a big move for Francis. I mean, once we kind of found out that he's not going to go to one or anything like that, it was pretty much Bellator or PFL. And we all know that PFL is where the money's at right now. Even with Cedric Doumbé getting signed there and disclosing the difference in pay he was going to get with the UFC compared to what he's going to get with the PFL. So as a fighter standpoint, if you're trying to make the most money possible, you go for where the money is. I mean, that's what I would do. I mean, I'm not a fighter or anything, but at the same time, if you're trying to make the most out of your career because it's a short career, you go and get it. Let's see. Trying to see. Yahoo Sports has an article here. So it says here, I'm quoting from Kevin Ioli. Ngannou said Tuesday in announcing his deal going to make more than the UFC would have paid him. So let's say it's $10 million a fight. So for his next 3 MMA bouts under those terms, he'll bank $30 million, and is significant. And this is significant from his standpoint. The PFL will permit him to box. Yeah, and I also heard. I'm just going to throw a number out there because I can't see the exact one, but I think it's either 1 or 2 million is the minimum amount that his opponents will make. So if you're fighting Francis Ngannou, you're going to make at least $1 million or $2 million, which is crazy. I mean, that's the fact that he's looking out for his opponents. I mean, that's some king shit right there. Good for him. That's amazing. I'm excited to see him destroy basically that entire division in PFL, because name one fighter in that division. Go ahead, I'll give you time. Go ahead and name him. I got to look this up anyway, so go ahead and name them. I'll give you time here. Where's that button? I can't see because it's fucking dark in here. That's what I get for making my ambiance dark and gloomy. Mwahaha. But yeah, I can maybe name one off the top of my head without pulling up the list that I am right now. Yeah, he's going to be fighting like Jorgen De Castro. But I wanted to go over their specific records because it is hilarious. Come on. There we go. All right, finally found it. Jesus Christ. So, just to go over some of these guys' names here. Antel Delia, Bruno Capozelia, Cesar Ferreira. Apparently he's a heavyweight now. I guess welterweight, middleweight didn't suit him, so he bumped all the way up to heavyweight. Danilo Marquez, Denis Golstov, Jordan Heiderman. Yeah. And know any names yet? Marcelo Nunes, Mateus Scheffel, Maurice Green, we know that ugly motherfucker. Mikhail Andriazak, Patrick Brady, Henan Ferreira, Rizvan Kunaev, and then Jorgen De Castro. So just to kind of go over the kind of records he's going to be fighting. Jorgen De Castro, 9-4. Rizvan, 13-2. Not bad. Henan Ferreira, 9-4. Patrick Brady, 5-0. Mikhail Azerziak, sure, 25-10 in 1 no contest. Maurice Green, 11-7. Mateus Scheffel, 17-10. Marcelos Nunes, 9-2. Jordan Heiderman, 6-0. Denis Golstov, 30-7. Okay. Danilo Marquez, 14-4. Cesar Ferreira, 14-11. Bruno Capozelio, 16-6. Ante Delia, 23-5. Unless you're a diehard UFC fan like I am, Cesar Ferreira, Maurice Green, Jorgen De Castro, those are the only names that I recognize in their division. What does that tell you? Francis Ngannou, if he fights every single one of these guys, he's going to make all of them millionaires. Who's going to beat Francis? I don't know any of these fucking guys. Let's be real. I don't know any of them. Don't think any of them are going to beat him. But that's pretty much the news there. I mean, I don't expect him to box like Deontay Wilder or Tyson Fury while he's waiting for his first MMA fight in the PFL. I'd probably see him maybe like against the Andy Ruiz or Dillian White, something like that. But he's as much as it pains me to say it, whoever he fights in boxing is going to piece him up badly. It's going to be rough, guys. So prepare to be sad when he loses in boxing, because that's more than likely what's going to happen. But yeah, that's that for the recent news that popped today. Poirier, Gaethje 2, Blachowicz fighting Pereira, Bobby Green, Ferguson, Paulo Costas fighting a guy who only has one fight in the UFC. Yeah. Crazy day today, and it's a Tuesday. And we all know why Dana decided to pick today to release all this news. Because fuck Francis. That's what he's thinking. I mean, we all know it. We all know that's why he's thinking it. I mean, why let the guy that left the UFC on not so good terms have his moment? Let's overshadow it with the gnarly UFC card that we announced. I digress, though. Now it's the moment you've all been waiting for, because I know you're excited about this just like I am. Mackenzie Dern, number 8 in the women's strawweight division, taking on Angela Hill, number 14 in the strawweight division. This is a 5-round main event. Who gives a fuck? Fuck this card. Ah. And you got Edmund Shabazian versus Anthony Hernandez. It's actually a pretty decent fight, but unranked. Emily Ducote versus Lupe Godinez. Unranked. Andre Fiallo versus Joaquin Buckley. That's probably your people's main event. If it's not Edmund Shabazian, it's Joaquin Buckley and Andre Fiallo. That's a good fight. That's a great fight. Mahashete versus Valashev Borishev. Cool. Diego Ferreira versus Michael Johnson. All right. Karolina Kowalkiewicz versus Vanessa Demopoulos. Yay. Orion Koshi, however you say it. Gilbert Urbina. All right. Alir Latifi, Rodrigo Nascimento. What the hell's going on behind me? Oh. Just black parts on the TV. Chase Hooper is fighting Nick Fiore. Yay. Natalia Silva, Victoria Leonard. Takashi Soto, Themba Gorimbo. Who? Fucking Jesus Christ. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes! 4 female fights that are all probably going to go the distance. Yes! What did I say last week about unranked fighters in the women's division should be cut? Yes! Why are we building an entire card with half of the fighters that are fighting are all females and they're unranked and it's probably going to be sloppy and it's not going to be as high quality fights as we're used to? Yes! Yeah, this card's going to fucking suck. There might be a lot of finishes on this card, but as far as the quality of this card, it's probably one of the worst cards that they've made in a while. And that's saying something because there's been some pretty rough cards. But as of late, I mean, we were due for a card that was absolutely dog shit. I mean, we've been blessed with Izzy Pajeda card, fucking Cejudo, Sterling card. I mean, the list goes on, but man, this is a rough one, guys. This is absolutely a rough one. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it because you know why? I'm a degenerate, and that's what I do. I watch fights, and that's about it. And that's all I do. And that's all I care to do. And even if the card is dog shit and I talk shit about it and how much I don't want to watch it, I'm still going to watch it. Because I don't have a life. This is my life. Watching UFC. Ah, shit. You know what I forgot? Shout out to Jeremy. If you're watching this, and I know that you are, I might as well just go grab it. But, yeah, I'll be right back. I'm going to go grab it. Pause real quick. Ignore my fat body. Back. So I got an early birthday present from my mom's boyfriend here, and what a cool guy. I mean, he tells me he watches the podcast. Whether he does or not, I won't give him shit for that. I'm just kidding, Jeremy. You're a cool dude. Thank you again for the awesome UFC Timex watch. And if you guys are saying, what the hell is that? That's what we call sexy, all right? UFC gold Timex watch. Faces in the shape of an octagon, gold with the silicone strap going around it. Ooh! Yes. Yes, sir. That's what we call class. Catch me wearing this at my wedding. But I think I might lean back a little bit and just, show it off. You know how it be. Oh, what's that on my wrist? Oh, it's UFC's Timex watch. It's a gold watch. Ain't no thing. Back to the card, though. It's dog shit. Nothing's changed since I got up and went and got the watch till now. Yeah, I mean, honestly, what I'm most excited about is the news that broke today, other than the card that's going to happen this weekend. Because, again, this card sucks. I hate it. This card is awful. Oh, God. I don't even have any predictions for this card. Mackenzie Dern's probably going to get a submission. Edmund Shabazian's probably going to get subbed if he doesn't get a first-round finish. Lupe Godinez, who cares? Andre Fiallo versus Joaquin Buckley. That fight I actually am very interested in. I think Buckley probably gets the win. especially since he's coming down to welterweight, and we know how much his power he had at middleweight. I bet his power will carry down at welterweight as well too. And we've seen Pialo get KO before. Machete, Borishev. I got Borishev. Diego Ferreira, Michael Johnson. That's a tough one. Give me Michael Johnson, though. I want Michael Johnson. Karolina Kowalkiewicz versus Vanessa Demopoulos. Who gives a fuck? Give me Kowalkiewicz. Orion Kosuke versus Gilbert Urbina. I don't even know. Urbina. Screw it. I'm just throwing out shit. Ilir Latifi versus Rodrigo Nascimento. Give me Nascimento. Chase Hooper versus Nick Fiore. I don't even know who Nick Fiore is. Give me Nick Fiore. Natalia Silva versus Victoria Leonardo. Takashi Sato versus Themba Gorimbo from Zimbabwe. But, yeah. Gorimbo. Screw it. Yeah, this card sucks. I'm so upset. But, yeah, if you like the video and not the card, make sure to like this video. Comment below if you want to engage in the comments. Follow me on Twitter at SeeingRedMMA. Other than that, you have yourself a great rest of your day. Till next time, see ya.